you know, the only thing that Griffin's really given away here, finally GWC getting in on the Mega. Griffin finally a little bit damaged. Red probably going to be the first one that GWC has seen in like 3 minutes. Nice timing on Mega. Griffin has it right back. He does trade for red though, so GWC is still in pretty good shape. They're actually pretty close to even stacks. And the next big fight is probably going to be for this red. We do see a 50 armor go to GWC. That was the plasma yellow armor. So Griffin's just chilling, laying the trap, and GWC is happily springing it. Although I guess unhappily. And look at this aggression with the LG. Griffin finishing off his opponent, but he doesn't have a good exit out of this room. He needs to make sure he doesn't die right here to a nade.
5-minute warning.
Trying to time his movement.
I'm hoping that, you know, all the damage that GWC is eventually going to get a frag on Griffin here. But with rails like that, it's going to be delayed, and even that one frag will bring GWC up to what? -1?
Right.
So, yeah, halfway through here, we're looking at 9, -2. But really, GWC could come back into this if only he knew it. And I'm going to be taking a look at his viewport here for a second. But
yeah, I'm wondering if this is Griffin's birthday present. Because that was like some seriously uncanny plus forward. So we do see red picked up by GWC. Mega should go to Griffin. But, ooh, a little bit of a teleporter trap. Let's see if it's sprung. No. Hi.
About 4
Griffin
minutes
didn't
too
come
late.
Up. Oh, there he is. Actually, GWC almost walked into that. Griffin in pretty good shape. Red is in 5, and he is actually in pretty good position for it. Let's see if his timing is right. A little bit late, not too bad. GWC walking into it again, and he had to have heard that, but his initial shot was off. He finally pops Griffin with the second, but Griffin just got the better 2 at the start of that. So 10 to -2 is the score, and we are certainly going to a tiebreaker map. Which was what?
And how? I mean, I've got to be honest, I really wasn't expecting this, but GWC, after the initial rolling, just never really recovered, and just looking at his movement, just looking at his play, he's still just not mentally here for it. I mean, he's sticking around, walking right into shaft with, what, 42 health left, and right after the spawn,
well, Griffin was nice enough to not let him crater there.
That was, yes,
he
kindness,
basically just regifted.
Yeah.
DM13, thank you. I couldn't remember. So, actually, that's going to make things really interesting because we're going to remove the rail, and the focus is going to be on rockets and LG. Now, normally, oh Jesus Christ, Griffin reading GWC, landing a beautiful rocket, comboing to a rail after a little bit of spattering of LG. And that was just an enormous frag. I mean, Griffin hardly lost any health or armor in that last exchange. But DM13, I think, is going to be a bit interesting. There's going to be opportunities for GWC to be really strong with his rockets that we saw on T7. But LG-wise, look at that. Griffin still wins. And Griffin's only rocking a 26% LG. If we go over to GWC, he's at 29. So I think there's some potential, DM13. To be something that GWC is pretty strong at, but I guess it might come down to maybe map knowledge or you can get that initial damage. GWC almost walking into another rocket. He's getting so risky with these.
And finally a grab here, but yeah, the past few minutes have been garbage time, and the last 2 are going to be no exception. GWC finding Griffin at teleporter and not really reacting there to going, okay, well, free Mega at least. And so here we're seeing Griffin lose his grip on stack a little bit, but at this point, GWC, his accuracies just really haven't been there to make it up either. And even with Griffin rocking, what, like 19%? And oh, look at that trap! Beautiful trap, and even with 50 health, he's going to be able to shove GWC into the corner and call him Betty or whatever Griffin likes to do. I don't know, he's a weird fuck like that. But 15 -2, 1 minute 15 seconds left here. GWC just trying to blue ball his way to at least knocking off Griffin's stack, but Griffin says, "Shoe fly, don't bother me." Oh, and wow, look at this. Griffin just coming right back in, and Griffin is not having to put a lot of thought into a lot of these fights here.
Yeah, I mean, it's way too much plus forwarding, but I really think that this game ended probably about 5 minutes ago. DM13 will be where it shall be decided. Finally, GWC getting that frag in the final 40 seconds. Accuracy is 18% rail, 28 LG, 41 rocket. Over to Griffin. 16 rail, what? 27 LG and 30 rocket.
Alright, so final 15 seconds here, but I gotta say, GWC picking up those last two. At least he's not gonna have, a scoreboard screenshot at the end of this game with like a -1 or a -2. And he might actually even pick one up, but no, running out of ammo. The click of death is going to be spelling out GG. 17 on Zip. And with such a wide score here after such a close one in T7, DM13 going to be very interesting, and I'm not even going to open my mouth or try to say how this is going to go. Either way, it's going to be awesome.
Alright, well, on Furious Heights, I felt like Griffin was picking up steam. The more and more he played that map, you definitely saw him be a little bit more aggressive, but also he was hitting the shots a little bit better, and just, he was kind of picking up steam, I feel like. He started off very rusty, but wasn't able to come back with a win. And then right out of the gate here on ZTN, he was just super on. Like, he was really aggressive right from the get-go and got spawn frag after spawn frag. And after just a couple minutes, he had a huge lead. And already we're going live here.
Indeed we are. These guys are not messing around. Straight into this. Once again, the Evil Geniuses Masters Cup Series sponsored by MSI Notebook. Griffin getting rocket launcher right off spawn. No health or armor, mega health or armor picked up just yet between either of these players. Griffin going to duck for the red, and that's going to maybe give an opportunity for GWC to get himself the mega health. But look at this play by Griffin, going center map, rocket jumping up to steal the rocket. Oh! And GWC walks back into Griffin's rocket, and even with his upper position, I think Griffin should be able to get this frag. The LG is strong. Nice dodging by Griffin, and now he's going to force GWC to either come into the room or go down trying. Griffin trying to survive. GWC finally able to get the frag done, but he spent a lot of that frantically moving. Like, honestly, Griffin just gave him a run for his money. I loved it. But first frag can be first frag, and the momentum that GWC needs. We'll see.
And Griffin being that furry ball of fury most of the time, this is going to be a more difficult map for him to just kind of plus forward all the time on, especially if GWC, just like in T7, starts spitting out rockets that are catching Griffin all the time. And it looks like GWC is looking for those opportunities to arise, but that has also hurt him in the past, where we've seen just him getting stuffed into a corner, like right now, getting a lot of his stack worn off, and Griffin goes, hey, free damage. GWC now moving back to the LG area to kind of restock, replenish, resupply, but no YA for 6 seconds, and he might be wanting to wait it out. But now Griffin has him back in here. Griffin can run the map for a few more seconds, but no, he's just going to run right in forward, has the timing on the YA. GWC not seeing that coming, and Griffin is going to be picking up his first frag, and this is going to be a really important one because Red Armor is going to be right up as a prize, and GWC will not have anything to work with for any kind of attack, and indeed will not have anything, especially with Griffin being in position for this mega. Still showing up a little bit early, but even at the end of this, Griffin is going to have full health, 100 armor, and all GWC will have on the board is, well, okay, Griffin's let a little bit of that slide, so 2 YAs, but even so, Griffin looking very strong here at mid. LG from GWC, not quite as strong as Griffin's, and not going to be able to do a lot of damage on the bridge there.
Yeah, I'm going to watch GWC for a second, because he's actually done pretty well, especially if he can get out of here without taking too much damage, and he has done so. He hits a great initial rocket, stuffing Griffin into the corner, and will finally pick up the frag. The yellow armor LG will be there for him to grab it. I think he has sights on Mega, perhaps. He's checking, he knows red wasn't grabbed. He should be able to get this Mega. The grenades are actually good, knocking GWC down to 34 health, and Griffin's coming back for more. GWC will be skating around the top side of the map. Red armor remains up, and look at this. Griffin has a chance to do a little hero steal here. He's going to come in strongly, getting popped up by GWC, but oh my god, he's able to get the frag. 60 health as he gets away, and that's actually, the rocket launcher is, interestingly enough, I would say more important